Right, mate. Well, how excited are you to start back into it?
Yeah, really excited. We've got a new group, some new players in the group, which is awesome. It always creates a bit more buzz around the group. But yeah, it's really pumped to be a part of it again. It's a really exciting season for us. Coming off a pretty poor season last year, so hopefully do better.
And Phil Salt, what are your first impressions of him?
It goes pretty hard, which is great. Takes a bit of pressure off me at the top of the order, which is awesome. I think me and him are opening, so it's going to be a great little partnership. Hopefully he can get off to a fly and I can just back him up.
What about Conway? He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is, and he has a lot to say as well. We saw from the Shield game against Billy, he says a lot too. So, no, he's pretty energetic, which is great. Just to have a part of T20 cricket, just a lot of energy. So.
Do we expect more of that, the send-offs?
Well, hopefully he does. Yeah, it's always good fun to be a part of. I reckon they're always light-hearted, so if they're light-hearted, they're always good fun.
With Phil, how do you go trying to get that relationship with camaraderie and chemistry when you're out there in the middle? How do you go about trying to get that?
Yeah, it's funny. As batters, I think as T20 batters, you just go there and try to hit as hard as you can, and hopefully it all pays off, and you just love watching the other bloke at the other end. That's just great. It's great to feed off someone who's hitting the ball really well. If he's smacking six, as I said, it takes pressure off the person at the other end. You can just go out and, if we're not hitting the well, we can just grind it out and let him get the strike and stuff like that. So if we can feed each other the energy like that, that's great. But if we're both struggling, then it gets a bit hard. But yeah, hopefully the way he goes, it's going to be really easy for me.
So you don't have to do too much centre wicket practice together, running between the wickets or anything?
Yeah, now Kez is not there, we can stay away from that. So he's down the order, so the run out's my way a bit later in the game.
So where's he going to bat?
I think he's batting a 4. I think because of his position in the T20 team in Australia and in the one-day stuff, I think they got him down the order to face the ball and the spinners and stuff like that, which he does really well. He can bat the top in the middle, so I think he'll take on both roles.
And at 3, who do you expect to be there then?
Not too sure. Probably either Cam White or Matt Shaw. I reckon they could both fill a role there, but it really depends on which way they want to go. It probably depends on the opposition as well in terms of the spinners and the bowlers and stuff. So
recently,
looking forward to batting with Salt, as we just spoke about. Obviously, you and Alex have batted together for a long time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that opportunity.
Yeah, as I said, he's just someone who probably is very dynamic, and he's someone that takes the game on instantly. There's no leeway in the game. He just goes for it straight away, which in a T20 game and the way it's gone nowadays, it really needs to be like that. So, as I said, he's going to take so much pressure off me, and hopefully I can do that same with him as well. I'll go pretty hard as well. So, if we can both do that together throughout most of the tournament, we were able to get into the games we're not going too well, and it's always going to happen. You can't hit the ball well every game. So, hopefully with that, the way we both go about it, we're going to complement each other really well.
Recently, the strikers' top order has been dominated by left-handers. What's it like trying to get that left-hand, right-hand? Do you think that'll benefit with the bowlers having to mix up their lines?
Well, probably it does, yeah. I've never really thought about that. It's a good point you bring up, actually. Yeah, it's actually it's really good in T20 cricket to have that combination. I know we talk about it even in the middle order, just having the left and right-hand combination and actually floating a lot of batters throughout the game. So it's probably a big deal. I've never really thought about it, to be honest. I'm not very switched on when it comes to tactics. So, but yeah, hopefully it does. Hopefully it opens up a few more boundary options for me as well. As I said, Phil would just go out there and whack him. He's going to put him under so much pressure. Hopefully I'm at the other end just watching and hitting a few boundaries in between.
And with the T20 World Cup next year, if you have a big tournament, do you think that could be something that, if you have a big tournament, could get your name up in lights and be close to the Aussie squad? I'm
sure I will, yeah, definitely. I think anyone who had a big tournament in the Big Bash, I know it's such a high class tournament, and something that if you go well in, especially it being in Australia, if you can play with Australian conditions really well, they're definitely going to be, your name's going to be up there for sure. But as I said, we've got such a strong opening group in Australia. It's just a really hard place to get into at the moment, unfortunately, with the players we've got. But yeah, you just got to go out there and play as hard, try to score as quickly as possible. And if you do the right things, your strike rate's up there, you're always a good chance.
How do you rate this strikers squad compared to other ones that you've been involved with?
Yeah, we're pretty similar in terms of the core batters and stuff like that, the opening batters. Obviously a new opening batter, but in terms of myself and Kez and stuff like that. And Hetty won't be there, unfortunately, but we've got 2 guys that have been there quite a long time, had a bit of success. So, and the new guys coming in have proven themselves worthy of very high accolades. So Cameron White and Matty Short had a pretty good season last year. So I think they'll add a lot of depth to our team and just fill the void of players who aren't hit from previous years, and the years have gone quite well. So.
And key to success, you spoke about having a good spinner. What's the key to success in the Big Bash?
Yeah, having Rashid Khan's probably the key to most success in most teams. I think he's just having a gun spinner in your team just opens up so many plays for you in a game. You can bowl on the power play, you can bowl outside the power play, you can take wickets, which ultimately most teams would go in bowler heavy. So if you can get a few batters out early, you're into the bowlers pretty quickly. And he does that. He takes wickets regularly in the power plays and regularly outside the power play where you're not supposed to be taking wickets. So he's someone that's going to be a great asset to us again this year. And yeah, he's such a big player in our team. So we pretty much base the whole game around him. So he's a big part of our team.